Have you ever found yourself waking up multiple times at night, frustrated and exhausted, just to make a quick trip to the bathroom? You're not alone. This is a quiet struggle many seniors face, and it often steals precious hours of restful sleep. You might think this is just part of getting older, but what if that's not the whole story? It turns out, how and when you drink water can play a surprisingly big role in this common issue. Many overlook this simple yet powerful connection, thinking that cutting back on fluids entirely is the answer. In today's video, we'll explore what urologists recommend about drinking water to help you sleep better through the night. Stick around, because by the end, you'll discover easy habits that could change your nights and your days for the better. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Understanding nighttime urination in seniors. If you're like many older Americans, you may have started to notice that your nights aren't what they used to be. Maybe you found yourself waking up once, twice, or sometimes even 3 or 4 times in the middle of the night. Your bedroom quiet and dark except for the soft glow of the clock on your nightstand. You shuffle to the bathroom, half awake, wishing you could just sleep through the night like you used to. At first, it might have seemed like just another little annoyance, something to joke about with friends. My bladder's got a louder alarm than my phone. Maybe you shrugged it off, figuring, well, that's just what happens when you get older, right? But then the pattern continues. You wake up again and again. The next day, you feel a little groggy, maybe a bit irritable. Your morning coffee doesn't quite do the trick anymore. Your energy lags, and you find yourself dozing off in the recliner or feeling less eager to get out and enjoy your day. Maybe you've even stopped looking forward to bedtime, knowing that restful sleep will be interrupted again and again. Sound familiar? If so, you are certainly not alone. Millions of seniors across the United States struggle with nighttime urination, or nocturia, often believing it's an unavoidable part of aging. It's something almost everyone deals with, yet so few people talk about openly. Many simply accept it, thinking there's nothing that can be done, or that it's just their new normal. After all, isn't this just part of growing old? But let's pause for a moment. What if that assumption isn't entirely true? What if there's more to the story than, that's just old age? Could there be reasons, hidden in plain sight, why you're waking up so often at night to use the bathroom? And more importantly, could there be steps you can take, simple, manageable steps, to reclaim your restful nights and your energetic days? Science has a lot to say about nighttime urination in older adults, and much of it is both hopeful and actionable. Understanding what's happening in your body can empower you to make changes that might just help you sleep more soundly. Let's take a closer look. First, it's important to know that the need to urinate at night isn't just about your bladder wearing out with age. Your entire body changes how it processes fluids as you get older. One of the most significant changes is how your kidneys work. When you're younger, your body naturally produces more urine during the day and less at night, thanks to a hormone called vasopressin. This hormone helps your body hold onto water while you sleep, so your bladder doesn't fill up as quickly. But as we age, our bodies tend to produce less vasopressin, meaning our kidneys keep making urine even while we're asleep. The bladder fills up faster, and like clockwork, you wake up with the urge to go. That's just one part of the story, though. Aging also brings changes in bladder capacity. Over time, the bladder becomes less elastic, which means it can't hold as much urine as it used to. Even a small amount in the bladder can send a signal to your brain that it's time to get up. There's more. For many seniors, other medical conditions play a role. Diabetes, heart issues, or even mild sleep apnea can contribute to nighttime urination. Certain medications, especially those taken to control blood pressure or reduce swelling, can act as diuretics, causing the body to get rid of extra fluids, sometimes at the most inconvenient times. And for men, an enlarged prostate is a common culprit, while women may experience changes in pelvic muscles after menopause. So, you see, it's not just old age. It's a combination of natural changes, health conditions, and sometimes, habits that sneak up on us. The good news is that understanding these causes opens the door to solutions. Now, let's talk about one of the simplest, yet most overlooked, factors. How and when you drink water. Many people believe that limiting all water in the evening is the best solution, but this isn't always true. Not drinking enough during the day can make things worse. When your body doesn't get enough fluids, it tries to hold on to what little you have, concentrating your urine and making your bladder more sensitive. This can make those nighttime urges even stronger. A better approach is to stay well hydrated throughout the morning and afternoon, then gradually reduce your water intake in the few hours before bed. This gives your body time to process and eliminate excess fluids before you settle in for the night. Think of it as giving your body a head start. Plenty of water early, less in the evening, and your bladder just might let you sleep in peace. But water isn't the only thing to consider. Be mindful of what you're drinking, too. Caffeinated drinks like coffee and tea, as well as alcoholic beverages, can irritate the bladder and act as diuretics, increasing urine production and urgency. Try to limit these, especially later in the day. Establishing a gentle bedtime routine can also help. Create a calming environment as you wind down. Use the bathroom right before going to bed, and keep your bedroom cool and quiet. If you find yourself lying awake after a nighttime trip, don't stress about falling back asleep right away. Sometimes, taking a few deep breaths or listening to soft music can make it easier to drift off again. For some, adjusting their sleeping position can make a difference. Elevating your legs for an hour or two before bedtime can help move excess fluid from your legs into your bloodstream, so your body can eliminate it before you lie down. Compression stockings, when recommended by a doctor, can also help with this process. And don't forget, if you're taking medications that make you urinate more, ask your doctor if the timing can be adjusted. Sometimes, simply moving a dose from the evening to the morning can make a big difference. Of course, sometimes these changes take a little while to work. It can feel discouraging when you're still waking up at night after trying a new habit for a few days. But don't give up. Your body may need time to adjust, and small improvements are still steps in the right direction. Let me tell you a story about a woman named Helen, a retired school librarian from Ohio. For years, Helen struggled with nighttime bathroom trips, sometimes 5 times a night. She tried everything she could think of, cutting out tea in the evening, not drinking any water after dinner, even wearing socks to bed in hopes it would help her sleep more soundly. Nothing seemed to make much difference, and she began to accept that broken sleep was just her lot in life. One day, during her annual checkup, Helen finally decided to mention her problem to her doctor. The doctor asked a lot of questions about Helen's daily habits, what she ate and drank, her medications, and her overall health. After listening carefully, the doctor explained the role of hydration, hormones, and bladder changes. Helen was surprised to learn that she was actually drinking too little during the day and then sipping water all evening to catch up. The doctor recommended a new routine: plenty of water with breakfast and lunch, a glass with dinner, but very little after 7 p.m. Helen also elevated her legs each evening for half an hour while watching TV, as her doctor suggested. It didn't work overnight. But after a week, Helen noticed she was getting up only twice, then once, and finally, on some nights, not at all. Her mood brightened, she started joining her friends on early morning walks again, and even her memory seemed sharper. She felt as if she'd reclaimed a piece of her life that she thought was gone forever. Helen's story isn't unique. Across the country, countless seniors have found that a few small changes can add up to big improvements in nighttime comfort and daytime energy. The path to better sleep starts with understanding your body, listening to its needs, and not being afraid to try something new. So if you're tired of restless nights, remember, you're not alone, and this doesn't have to be your forever. Talk to your doctor if you have concerns. Pay attention to your hydration and daily routines, and give your body the care it deserves. Getting older may bring its share of challenges, but it also brings wisdom. The wisdom to seek solutions, adapt, and never stop hoping for brighter, more restful days ahead. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The journey to better nights may begin with a single glass of water at the right time, a conversation with your physician, or the simple act of believing that things can improve. You've made it this far. Don't let a noisy bladder keep you from enjoying the peaceful, refreshing sleep you deserve. Tonight could be the first night of a new chapter, one with fewer interruptions, more dreams, and a renewed sense of energy when the sun comes up. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, facing challenges big and small, and adapting to change with grace. Now, permit yourself to prioritize your well-being. Try these gentle adjustments, be patient with your progress, and remember, every restful night is a victory worth celebrating. You have the power to make a difference in your own life, one night at a time. 2. The urologist's tips on how to drink water properly. For most of your life, drinking water has seemed like the simplest thing in the world. You get thirsty, you reach for a glass, and that's that. But as you grow older, the rules start to change, especially when nighttime bathroom trips start robbing you of the restful sleep you need. Maybe you've heard a friend say, "Just stop drinking after dinner." Or maybe you've tried cutting back so much that you end up feeling thirsty all night. The truth is, many seniors struggle to find the right balance. But what if the real secret wasn't just about how much you drink, but how and when you drink? Let's take a moment to think about your daily routine. Picture a typical day. Maybe you wake up, shuffle to the kitchen, and pour yourself that first cup of coffee. Maybe 2. Breakfast follows, and perhaps a small glass of juice. As the day goes on, there's a glass of water here or there, maybe a cup of tea with lunch, and then the hours pass. By late afternoon, you start to realize you haven't had much to drink. Suddenly, as evening approaches, you try to catch up, gulping down water with dinner and sipping on something well into the evening. Before you know it, you're lying in bed, and that all-too-familiar urge strikes, another trip to the bathroom. You might have thought this was just the way things had to be. But here's the surprising truth. The timing and distribution of your water intake can make all the difference. Instead of focusing only on how much water you drink, a urologist will tell you that when and how you drink is often the missing puzzle piece. Ask yourself, am I unintentionally setting myself up for those restless nights? Most people assume that simply drinking less in the evening is the answer. But too often, that means you end up underhydrated during the day, leading to stronger urges and more concentrated urine at night. You might be caught in a cycle, one that's easy to break once you know what to do. So, what does science say? The human body is built on rhythm. Your heart, your digestion, even your kidneys and bladder operate according to the natural clock of your day. During daylight hours, your kidneys are programmed to filter more, which is why you naturally produce more urine when the sun is up. As the evening comes, your body slows down, preparing for rest. If you overload your system late in the day, you're working against that rhythm, almost guaranteeing that your bladder will wake you up. Here's where the urologist's advice comes in. The first and most important tip: front-load your hydration. This means focusing on getting most of your fluids earlier in the day. Think breakfast, mid-morning, and lunchtime. If you aim to drink 2/3 of your daily water intake before 3 or 4 p.m., you give your body time to process and eliminate the excess fluid before bedtime. This approach helps your kidneys do their work during the day, not at night when you should be sleeping. Let's put it into practical terms. Say you need about 8 cups of water each day, a reasonable goal for many seniors, though your needs may vary with activity, climate, and your doctor's advice. Try to drink at least 1 or 2 cups with breakfast, another 2 with lunch, and a cup or 2 between meals. By late afternoon, you're already well on your way. In the evening, have a small glass with dinner, then taper off. After dinner, limit fluids as much as feels comfortable. This simple change, front-loading your water, can make a world of difference. But what about that evening thirst? Many seniors worry about feeling parched if they stop drinking early. Here's the gentle truth. If you hydrate well during the day, you'll likely notice that your urge to gulp water at night fades. If you do feel thirsty later on, it's fine to take small sips. The key is to avoid drinking large quantities all at once. A few sips can satisfy your mouth and throat without overwhelming your bladder. Another point a urologist will emphasize: pay attention to the type of fluids you drink. Not all liquids are created equal. Caffeinated beverages, like coffee, many teas, and certain sodas, stimulate the kidneys and bladder. Alcohol does, too, and both can irritate your urinary tract, increasing your urge to go. Try to enjoy these drinks earlier in the day, or consider decaf and non-alcoholic alternatives in the evening. Plain water is always best, but herbal teas without caffeine can be a soothing nighttime treat if you crave something warm. It's also helpful to check your evening habits for hidden sources of fluid. Maybe you're in the habit of eating soup with dinner or snacking on juicy fruits before bed. Even these can add up, so be mindful of what you consume in the hours before sleep. The goal isn't to deprive yourself, but to be aware of your intake and choose the timing that's kindest to your bladder. Let's talk about a common mistake, the catch-up cycle. Imagine you've spent a busy morning running errands or attending appointments, and you simply forget to drink water. By late afternoon, you're feeling a bit dizzy, your mouth is dry, and your energy dips. You try to make up for it by drinking several cups in the evening. While your intentions are good, your body can't make up for lost hydration in one sitting, and your bladder, unfortunately, pays the price. A urologist's tip: set gentle reminders to drink throughout the day. Keep a water bottle nearby, or enjoy water-rich foods like cucumber, melon, or oranges as part of your meals and snacks. Small, steady intake keeps you hydrated without overloading your system. Some seniors also benefit from making a habit of elevating their legs for an hour or two before bedtime. Fluid that's pooled in your lower limbs during the day can shift back into circulation and be filtered by your kidneys in the evening. By elevating your legs, you help your body eliminate this fluid before you go to sleep, reducing the amount your bladder must handle overnight. Medication timing is another subtle trick. If you take diuretics, water pills, for blood pressure or heart conditions, ask your doctor if you can take them earlier in the day. Many people are prescribed these in the morning, but if you take a second dose or a combination pill in the late afternoon or evening, your nighttime bathroom trips can increase. Always check with your healthcare provider before making changes, but remember, even small shifts can make a big difference. You may wonder, do I need to measure every glass? Should I keep a chart? For most, it's enough to develop an awareness of your habits and make adjustments. But if you're having trouble, consider keeping a simple log for a few days: when you drink, how much, and how often you need to get up at night. Share this with your doctor at your next appointment. It can provide valuable clues and help tailor recommendations just for you. Let me share the story of Frank, a retired mechanic from rural Pennsylvania. 4 years, Frank dreaded bedtime. He was up 3 or 4 times a night, his sleep so fragmented that he felt constantly tired and cranky. His wife noticed he was losing interest in his morning crossword puzzles and had less patience for his grandchildren's visits. Frank thought he was doing the right thing by drinking water mostly in the evening, because he spent his days too busy to bother. It wasn't until a urology nurse explained the concept of front-loading hydration that things started to change. Frank began filling a large water bottle in the morning and challenged himself to finish it by lunchtime. He drank another glass with lunch and a final one with his mid-afternoon snack. After dinner, he had just a small glass and only took a sip if he felt genuinely thirsty. Within 2 weeks, Frank was only getting up once, sometimes not at all. His energy returned, and his outlook on life improved dramatically. All it took was a simple change in routine. There's a beautiful lesson in stories like Frank's. Sometimes, the solutions to our most persistent challenges are gentle, not drastic. Drinking water properly isn't about denying yourself. It's about tuning into your body's natural rhythms, honoring its needs, and treating yourself with patience and care. So, as you consider these tips, remember that change doesn't happen overnight. Old habits are comfortable, but new habits can bring new comfort. Start small. Pour a glass of water with breakfast. Keep a bottle nearby as you read or work in the garden, and pay attention to how you feel as you shift your intake to earlier in the day. Celebrate small victories. An extra hour of uninterrupted sleep, a brighter mood in the morning, the energy to pursue your favorite hobbies. Aging brings many surprises, but it also brings wisdom. The wisdom to listen to your body and give yourself the gift of restful nights. Drinking water the right way is a gift you can give yourself, starting today. If you stumble, be gentle with yourself. Progress is not always a straight line, but each better night is a step toward a life that feels more like yours, vibrant, joyful, and rested. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. You deserve the peace and renewal that come with good sleep. Let water become your ally, not your enemy. The next glass you drink could be the first step to nights filled with dreams and mornings filled with possibility. Try these simple adjustments, trust your body, and let each restful night remind you, it's never too late to feel better. 3. Additional habits to reduce nighttime urination. For many older adults, life's little routines are a source of comfort. Morning coffee by the window, a crossword puzzle after lunch, the hum of the evening news on TV. But when nighttime trips to the bathroom become frequent and disruptive, even these small pleasures can feel overshadowed by fatigue. Perhaps you've noticed yourself drifting off during your favorite show or finding it harder to muster the energy for a walk around the block. The culprit might be those repeated awakenings to urinate, stealing away your rest and with it, a sense of normalcy in daily life. It's easy to think this problem comes down only to how much water you drink or what time you have your last glass. But the truth is, a whole constellation of habits, some that seem unrelated, can quietly shape your bladder's behavior at night. If you've tried shifting your hydration and still find yourself stumbling through the dark, it may be time to look at other daily choices that play a hidden role in nighttime urination. Let's challenge a familiar belief. If I just cut back on fluids, the problem will go away. While sensible fluid management is crucial, many people don't realize that other lifestyle habits, health conditions, and even subtle parts of their nightly routine can tip the balance. This isn't about blame or getting everything perfect. It's about uncovering gentle, manageable tweaks that make life a little easier and nights more restful. So, what are these hidden habits, and why do they matter so much? Let's explore them together, with the support of both science and the shared wisdom of seniors who've walked this path before. First, let's talk about what you drink, not just when. Caffeine and alcohol, 2 of America's most beloved beverages, can wreak havoc on your bladder. Caffeine is a known diuretic. It tells your kidneys to produce more urine, and it also irritates the bladder lining, making you feel an urge to go, even when the bladder isn't full. Coffee, tea, some sodas, and even chocolate can contribute to this effect. Alcohol acts similarly, especially in the evening. It may make you feel sleepy at first, but it disrupts your sleep cycles and sends you to the bathroom more often. The solution. Try to enjoy coffee or tea in the morning, switch to decaf in the afternoon, and skip the nightcap. If you do have a drink in the evening, savor it early, and balance it with a glass of water earlier in the day. Second, keep an eye on your medications and supplements. Many older adults take diuretics, water pills, for blood pressure or heart failure, and these are designed to help the body shed extra fluid. Taking them too late in the day can practically guarantee a busy night. If you're unsure, bring a list of your medications to your doctor or pharmacist and ask, Are any of these contributing to my nighttime urination? It's a simple question that could transform your sleep. Third, move your body. You might not expect it, but gentle activity, especially walking or light stretching, can help keep fluid from pooling in your legs. Throughout the day, gravity draws water down into your lower limbs. When you finally lie down at night, your body reabsorbs this fluid, and your kidneys turn it into urine, often causing those 2 a.m. bathroom sprints. If you can, take a walk in the late afternoon or do some chair exercises before dinner. Even elevating your legs for an hour in the evening while you read or watch TV can help move fluid back into circulation, so your body processes it before bedtime. Fourth, don't overlook the role of your sleep routine and bedroom environment. As we age, our sleep naturally becomes lighter and more fragmented. A small disturbance, a creaky floorboard, the glow of a streetlight, or even just a change in room temperature, can wake us. Once awake, it's almost automatic to check whether you need the bathroom, even if your bladder isn't full. To support deeper sleep, keep your bedroom cool and dark, minimize noise, a white noise machine or fan can help, and try to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time each day. Creating a relaxing bedtime routine, maybe a warm bath, gentle stretching, or reading, signals your body that it's time to wind down, which can help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Fifth, watch out for constipation. It might sound unrelated, but a backed-up bowel can put pressure on your bladder, reducing its capacity and making nighttime trips more likely. Stay regular with a diet rich in fiber. Think whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and beans, and make sure to move around during the day. If you're having trouble, talk with your doctor. Sometimes, a simple change in diet or a gentle over-the-counter remedy is all it takes. Sixth, consider pelvic floor exercises. For both men and women, especially after childbirth or prostate issues, the muscles supporting the bladder can weaken over time. Simple exercises, like Kegels, can help strengthen these muscles, improve bladder control, and reduce urgency. Ask your doctor or a physical therapist for guidance. You'd be surprised how much of a difference a few minutes a day can make. Seventh, be mindful of underlying medical conditions. Sometimes, nighttime urination is a sign of something that needs attention, like sleep apnea, poorly controlled diabetes, or even a urinary tract infection. If you're suddenly going more often, or if you notice pain, blood in your urine, or other unusual symptoms, don't wait. See your healthcare provider for a checkup. Let's anchor all these tips with a real-life story. Meet Mary, a retired kindergarten teacher from Florida. For years, Mary thought her restless nights were simply her body's way of reminding her she was no longer young. She'd resigned herself to 3 or 4 bathroom trips every night, never connecting the dots between her habits and her sleep. At her granddaughter's birthday party, Mary found herself nodding off in the middle of a conversation, and her daughter gently suggested she visit her doctor. Mary was skeptical, but she gave it a try. With her doctor's help, she learned to take her blood pressure pill right after breakfast, rather than at dinner. She swapped her late afternoon Diet Coke for herbal tea and began taking a brisk walk around her neighborhood before sunset. She even started propping her feet up on an ottoman for an hour while reading in the evenings. The changes weren't dramatic at first, just a little less urgency, a little more sleep. But after a few weeks, Mary was down to 1 nighttime trip, sometimes none. She felt sharper, happier, and more engaged with her family. She even joined a water aerobics class, finding confidence and joy in her newfound energy. Mary's journey is a powerful reminder that sometimes, it's the quiet changes, the ones that fit gently into your daily routine, that offer the greatest relief. You don't need to overhaul your life to see improvement. Pick 1 or 2 habits to start, give them time, and listen to your body. Every small step is a victory. Before we close, here's a little encouragement just for you. You are not alone, and your struggles are not invisible. Many older adults have walked this path, quietly hoping for better sleep and brighter mornings. The habits we've discussed, adjusting beverages, timing medications, moving your body, caring for your sleep, minding your bowels, strengthening your pelvic floor, and staying in touch with your healthcare team are tools you can use, starting today. Give yourself grace if progress is slow. Even one less trip to the bathroom is worth celebrating, and each restful night is a gift you truly deserve. So tonight, as you settle into bed, remember that change is possible at any age. Your body is wiser and more adaptable than you may realize. Try a new habit, ask for help if you need it, and know that every effort you make is a step toward the peace and comfort you long for. Rest well, you've earned it, and tomorrow is waiting for you, full of promise. 4. Advice about medical checkups and treatments. There's a certain pride that comes with handling things on your own, a lifetime spent raising families, running households, and weathering the many storms of life. For many older Americans, this sense of independence is one of the last things they want to lose. That's why, when small health issues pop up, especially those that feel private or a little embarrassing, like getting up at night to use the bathroom, it's all too easy to shrug and say, "I'll manage." Maybe you tell yourself it's just old age, or maybe you figure everyone goes through it, so why bother making a fuss? But what if that quiet acceptance is keeping you from the restful nights and vibrant days you truly deserve? Imagine if a simple conversation with your doctor, or a small tweak to your medication, could make all the difference. It's not about giving up control. It's about using the resources you've earned through a lifetime of hard work. The truth is, when it comes to nighttime urination, a little medical attention can go a long way. Let's start by challenging a common assumption. There's nothing a doctor can do about nighttime bathroom trips. It's just part of aging. It's easy to think that way, especially if you've heard friends or family say the same thing. But medicine has come a long way, and so have the ways we support older adults. Your doctor isn't there to judge or lecture you. They're there to help you enjoy your life as fully as possible. No issue is too small, and no symptom is too embarrassing to bring up. Why does medical advice matter so much in this case? For one thing, nighttime urination, what doctors call nocturia, isn't always caused by aging alone. Sometimes, it's a symptom of an underlying health problem that needs attention. Conditions like diabetes, heart failure, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, prostate enlargement, for men, and urinary tract infections can all cause increased trips to the bathroom at night. Sometimes, the medicines you take for other problems, like blood pressure pills, diuretics, or even certain sleep aids, can make things worse. Your doctor is trained to see the big picture, connecting the dots that might be hard to see on your own. A good medical checkup is like a detective story. The doctor asks about your symptoms, your habits, your diet, and your medication. They might check your blood pressure, test your urine, or even order a simple blood test. Sometimes, they'll want to know if you're experiencing any pain, leaking, or other changes that could point to an infection or another issue. And if you're a man, they may discuss your prostate health. If you're a woman, they may check for changes related to menopause or pelvic floor strength. It might feel uncomfortable to talk about these things, but remember, you're not alone. Every doctor, nurse, and pharmacist has heard it all before, and their only goal is to help you feel better. You've tackled much bigger challenges. This is just one more step on the path to a healthier, happier you. Let's talk a little more about treatments. If your doctor identifies an underlying condition, like high blood sugar, heart issues, or sleep apnea, they'll work with you to manage it. For diabetes, that might mean better blood sugar control. For heart failure, adjusting medications and salt intake. For sleep apnea, maybe a referral for a sleep study or a trial of a CPAP machine. If your medications are contributing, sometimes changing the timing of your pills or adjusting dosages can reduce nighttime bathroom trips. Never stop or change a medication on your own. Always talk to your healthcare provider first. Your doctor can help you weigh the benefits and risks and find the approach that works best for your unique situation. In some cases, there are specific medicines aimed at the bladder itself. For example, some drugs help the bladder relax, increase its storage capacity, or reduce muscle spasms. These aren't right for everyone and can have side effects, but for some people, they're life-changing. There are also non-drug options, like pelvic floor therapy, bladder training exercises, and gentle lifestyle tweaks that you can do at home. Sometimes, a combination of treatments works best. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Let's not forget the emotional side. Struggling with nighttime urination can feel isolating, even shameful, but you'd be amazed at how common it is. Millions of older Americans face the same issue, and many have found relief just by speaking up. Take, for example, the story of Earl, a retired Navy veteran living in Indiana. Earl spent years quietly accepting his sleepless nights, thinking it was his punishment for getting old. He worried that if he brought it up, his doctor might see him as weak or bothersome. But one day, after nearly tripping on his way to the bathroom, Earl decided enough was enough. At his next checkup, Earl mustered the courage to mention his problem. His doctor listened closely and asked a few gentle questions. After some simple tests, Earl was surprised to learn that his heart medication was making him urinate more at night. By shifting the timing of his dose and making a few small changes to his evening routine, Earl's nights became much more peaceful. With better sleep, his mood lifted, his memory improved, and his days felt brighter. Earl's only regret was not speaking up sooner. Earl's story isn't unique. Time and again, older adults discover that the hardest part is starting the conversation. Once you do, the path to better nights and better health opens up. As you consider your journey, here are a few gentle steps to make medical checkups and treatments work for you. 1. Keep a bladder diary for a few days before your appointment. Write down what you drink, when you drink it, how many times you get up at night, and any other symptoms you notice. This gives your doctor valuable clues and helps you notice patterns you might not have seen before. 2. Bring a list of all your medications and supplements, even vitamins or herbal products. Sometimes, the answer lies in an unexpected place. 3. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If your doctor recommends a test or treatment, ask how it will help, what to expect, and if there are other options. This is your body and your health. You deserve to understand and feel comfortable with your care. 4. Stay open to trying new things. Sometimes, small adjustments make a big difference. You might be surprised at how much better you feel after just a few weeks. 5. Remember, this is a partnership. Good healthcare is about teamwork. Your doctor brings knowledge and experience. You bring your lived reality, your preferences, and your intuition. Working together gives you the best chance for restful nights and joyful days. Above all, don't let embarrassment or habit keep you from the help you need. You've earned the right to a good night's sleep, and modern medicine has more to offer than ever before. The sooner you start the conversation, the sooner you may find relief. If you find yourself hesitating, just remember the courage you've shown throughout your life. Aging gracefully isn't about pretending nothing changes. It's about meeting new challenges with openness, wisdom, and hope. Tonight, as you prepare for bed, let yourself imagine what life could feel like with deeper, uninterrupted sleep. Then, take the next step, whether it's jotting down your questions, making a call to your doctor, or sharing your experience with a trusted friend. Your health and happiness matter at every stage of life. You are not alone on this path. Millions have walked it before you, and many stand ready to support you, from doctors and nurses to family and friends. Each checkup, each conversation, is a step toward reclaiming your comfort and well-being. With the right care, brighter days and more restful nights are well within reach. Give yourself the gift of attention, speak up for your needs, and trust that change is possible. No matter your age or how long you've lived with this challenge, you have shown resilience all your life. Now, let that same courage lead you to the restful sleep and vibrant living you truly deserve. As we reach the end of this journey together, I hope you feel a renewed sense of hope and understanding. Nighttime urination may seem like a small nuisance at first, but over time, it can quietly steal away precious moments of rest, energy, and even joy. But remember, just because this challenge is common, it does not mean you must accept it as your new normal. You've learned that with a few mindful changes, drinking water at the right times, adjusting daily habits, staying active, and reaching out for medical advice, you can take real steps toward reclaiming your nights and feeling your best each day. The stories we've shared are proof. Improvement is possible, no matter your age or how long you've struggled. It takes courage to try something new, to speak up about your needs, and to believe that change is possible. But you've faced bigger challenges in life and come through stronger each time. Tonight, as you settle in for rest, permit yourself to put these gentle solutions into practice. Be patient and kind to yourself. Progress may be slow at first, but every small victory counts. Most importantly, remember that you are not alone. There's a whole community of seniors, caregivers, and health professionals ready to walk this path with you. If you found something helpful today, please share your experiences or questions in the comments below. And if this video brought you comfort or guidance, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more support on your wellness journey. You deserve peaceful nights and joyful days. Take that first step, and know that better rest is possible.